Good evening. 3 people are facing charges, including impaired driving, after failing to stop for police. Bonnyville RCMP say it happened yesterday afternoon, where they received a complaint of an intoxicated man leaving Teller's Drug Mart, driving away in a red truck. The truck failed to stop. The vehicle headed towards Cahawin First Nation town site. The nearby school and recreation center was placed in lockdown. Police found the vehicle and arrested 2 female passengers. Although the driver had fled the scene, he was found in a nearby culvert. A 32-year-old man from Edmonton is facing several charges, including impaired operation of a motor vehicle with more than 80 milligrams of alcohol, possession of stolen property, and driving while suspended. The man is now in custody. The women arrested also face charges. Well, a common virus that has spread across parts of the United States is now being seen in some areas of Canada, including Alberta. The Enterovirus 68 is just one of more than 100 different strains of enterovirus that cause cold-like symptoms. But as Anna Stanislaw explains in this week's Healthy Living, a few simple tips will help prevent the spread of the virus.
It may sound like a cause for alarm. As the Centre for Disease Control says, more than 150 people have been diagnosed with Enterovirus 68 in the United States. Alberta Health Services says it's still unconfirmed whether the virus in the U.S. is identical to the one seen in Canada.
Between September 1st and September 10th, there have been 18 cases of Enterovirus 68 that we know of in Alberta.
The EVD68 infection can make anyone sick, but children with asthma have a slightly higher risk of contracting the virus.
This particular virus causes cold-like symptoms, cough, sneezing, runny nose, fever, that kind of thing. If you are feeling ill, then coughing or sneezing into an elbow rather than your hands, and keeping children home or staying home yourself when you're not feeling well to prevent spreading it to others.
Other tips include washing hands frequently, using a hand sanitizer, disinfect surfaces, and avoid touching those who are sick. Officials say there is no vaccine for this virus. The only cure is time, but adds there is no major concern as they see the enterovirus every fall as kids head back to school.
We actually see enterovirus and rhinovirus, which is a cousin causing similar cold-like symptoms, and those viruses are at a really high level every year at this time. So this...
Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
Health officials in BC and Ontario have now confirmed 7 people in these 2 provinces have contracted the virus. Now, it's not every day that you get to meet your childhood hero, but for one little boy, he got the chance to do exactly that. The former commander of the International Space Station and the first Canadian to ever walk in space was in the border city last night for a special lecture and fundraiser, and he didn't leave before inspiring hundreds to follow their dreams. It's a moment that Colby Kwiatkowski will never forget. Meeting Colonel Chris Hadfield before his talk was a big moment for the 9-year-old, as he's idolized him for years, something he told the former astronaut in an email beforehand.
I'm very interested that you're from the Canadian Air Force. When you're 9 years old, how you just looked up at the sky and you thought, I want to go up there when I'm older.
A passion for space that Colby shares. According to his mother, it's been a dream of his since he was in kindergarten.
He had a role model assignment to choose your role model. So he actually came home and he said his true role model was Mr. Chris Hadfield. And he actually put on his NASA coat and we had to paint a mustache. And he wrote a report about him and presented it to school. And that's how we ended up sending it to Mr. Hadfield himself.
To thank him for his report, Hadfield and the Canadian Space Agency sent him back an autographed picture, something Colby says he will keep with him forever.
So it starts way, way back, years before you ever get into the rocket ship.
It's a hero status that Hadfield has gotten accustomed to over the years, and says he hopes to use that as he encourages everybody to chase their dreams.
When I was a kid, I was inspired by people who had done things that I admired. People who had made choices that I thought I might be able to make. And boy, if you can change someone's mind so that they make a decision in life that gets them closer to their dreams or that allows them to accomplish more things, that's a real great feeling of success.
And Hadfield didn't only come to the border city to inspire the local youth. It was also a part of a major fundraising campaign by the local Habitat for Humanity chapter. Organizers say the talk was almost 2 years in the making, as Hadfield's team made sure the cause was a good fit for them to support.
So we kind of made the case that as we place families into homes, students' grades tend to increase, and we talked about the numbers of families we've been able to put into homes over the last few years. So we made our case, they accepted it, and we were happy that they said yes. And sitting front row, it was a chance for this future space explorer to learn some important lessons as he chases his dreams just like his hero.
Go to university, same things as Chris Hadfield did.
This is Crown Control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade.
According to officials at Habitat on the Border, it's too early to tell how much money was raised from the event, but they say almost 500 tickets were sold. And Habitat for Humanity received some more much-needed donation thanks to an area modeling competition. The winner of Lloydminster's first Next Top Model contest made his donation to the organization of his choice this morning. Brandon Leroy was voted the winner of the contest, and that was put on by Noise Photography.
On behalf of Noise Photography and Brandon Leroy, we're presenting this check for $500 to Habitat for Humanity.
For Leroy, choosing Habitat for Humanity to donate was an easy decision.
After traveling myself so much, I've really seen that there's a lot of homeless people that you know need houses, and you don't really know what to do with that at the time. So I think that by choosing Habitat for Humanity, the money is going somewhere that they can do something about it.
Angela McKenzie was on hand for Habitat for Humanity and says all proceeds are staying locally.
All donations and any fundraising efforts always go to 100% of the build for a home for affordable families in our community. And we really thank Brandon for choosing our organization.
And in addition to the money, Leroy also received other donations to help him start his modeling career.